Welcome to the VIP MasterClass series. I'm Josh Wright, and today's episode is dedicated to David. He said, as a member, can you make a video on how to write a cadenza or transcription of a song? It would be great if you could briefly mention some notable examples like Horowitz or Volados when explaining the principles, and perhaps you can walk us through the process by using a simple song like the Star-Spangled Banner, since you already made your arrangement for this song. Of course, this song is just a suggestion. Everything's up to you since you're the expert. P.S. I'm not certain whether the word cadenza, transcription, or arrangement mean the same thing, which is why I included those words in the title. So thanks, David. I'm excited to explain these things to you as best as I can in a short amount of time because this is a pretty complex subject. Let's quickly answer some of my favorite Horowitz and Volados. If any of you don't know, Horowitz is spelled Horowitz, and then Volados, one of my favorite pianists slash arrangers, is Volodos. And Volados has so many. Horowitz is most famous, from what I can remember, are like the Liszt Rhapsody No. 2 arrangement, and Volados's arrangements. Some of my favorites are the Rachmaninoff Cello Etude. That is probably one of my favorite pieces of all time, his arrangement of that. So gorgeous. He's also done wonderful arrangements of the Liszt Rhapsodies. Like number 13 is amazing. I highly recommend everyone listen to that. And Volados actually has an entire CD called, I think it's called Transcriptions. Just to explain a little bit, a cadenza is what you find in Mozart. It's like a free improvisatory section, or you can find it even in places like Liszt's La Campanella. So this is like a section. And after that, there's this little improvisatory passage. And I just expounded on that a little bit. So that's a cadenza. A cadenza is usually like a small portion. I like to use the word transcription when I'm literally taking it from an orchestral score and condensing it down onto the piano. And I like to use the word arrange when I take an existing composition and I kind of make it my own. So for this purpose, I'm going to call this an arrangement lesson today for the VIPs. I need to give you a brief theory lesson before we go through and go through some possibilities here. Okay, here we go. We're in the key of B flat major. Let me just play through this. This is Silent Night. I'm going to do this instead of the Star-Spangled Banner because the Star-Spangled Banner I kind of went off into left field with, and it would be too difficult to describe exactly what I did and how I did it in a short video. And to be honest, all the concepts you need are going to be in today's video. Okay, so we're going to just play through this once, and I'm going to link it below the video here on the VIP video lessons page, the sheet music for it. It's the LDS.org website. The LDS Church does a really great job in putting up a good interactive hymn book, so you can transpose this into different keys. Obviously, you may not want to do that because I'm going to be explaining everything in the home key today of Silent Night, but this is free sheet music. You can go download it, so I'll include a link below. Okay, here we go. Okay, one of the most beloved Christmas hymns of all time, and just a very peaceful, serene composition. So whether you're religious or not, it's still a beautiful piece to mess around with. Here are the triads. Okay, a triad is a 3-note chord based on a root note. Okay, so this is a B flat major chord. Start with B flat, obviously, and then you go a third and a fifth above it. Okay, that's a 1 chord. Now, we're going to call that a 1 chord because we're in the key of B flat. B flat is home. tonic is what we're going to call home bass, okay? And we're going to step through all of the notes on the scale and form a chord based on the notes of that scale. So here's your B flat major scale. Okay, here we go. Here's 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, which is a diminished chord, back to 1. So B flat major, C minor, D minor, E flat major, F major, G minor, A diminished, B flat major. Okay, for the purpose, I'm going to educate you a little bit, but this is like, again, scratching the surface of this. There are basically functions in music. There's 3 functions: tonic, predominant, and dominant. So if you've ever heard, like, all of rock music is basically based on some iteration of that. Okay, so 1, 4, 5, 1. Okay, now, obviously, 1, 4, and 5 are only 3 of those chords. So I'm going to tell you what you could substitute for the 1, 4, and 5 as you see it come up in the piece. For a 1 chord, there are 2. So all I did there is B flat major to G minor to E flat, C minor to F7, Thank you so much for watching. I've listed 2 links in the description below. One of them is to download this full video that you've just watched the sample for. The other is to view the entire library of VIP MasterClass series videos. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.